Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney on Farming Simulator 25. Got a canola harvest going on. I just hired a couple more workers though. I got one of the Franks there taking care of the lime in the field across the river. I also got one of the Franks in the AgroStar putting some slurry on the grass field with our digestate sprayer or slash spreader. I don't know if it's going to over fertilize that or not. If it does, I'm not too concerned about it. I really don't have any equipment. Wait, do I got a fertilizer spreader on the series? Actually, I don't think I do. But either way, they're spraying some digestate on the grass field to take care of that, because that'll be ready for cutting in October, and next month will be ready for harvest, so it needs to be fertilized this month. Meanwhile, I do have this canola field and the one just over there to harvest, and then we can return the harvester after we empty out the canola into the trailer. I should mention that today's episode might be kind of quick or short. I'm not really sure. If you've been following the live streams this week during Road Crap, I did explain a little bit the reason why. I don't really want to get into it here either. I should mention there might not be an episode Saturday. I'm going to do what I can, but that's really short. I got some real life stuff I got to deal with. So, yeah, there's a reason for that. I'm actually recording this, well, the morning of it. I guess it's going to go out, I hope. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Any hoozles, yeah, the canola. Yeah, this will all be going over to the grain/oil mill. And we should have, what do we have this year? We have wheat, barley, I think just wheat and barley. Yeah, because I'm doing all my planting in the fall. Because I don't have a drill on this series yet. So we leased a drill in September. We plant canola, wheat, and barley everywhere. Until we get a direct drill for the farm, that's what I'll probably continue doing. So I'm looking for a direct drill. Also looking for a combine, although the combine, I can really wait on the combine now, because after this I don't need it for another year. And two, I really don't have the cash to buy the ones that we kind of need for the header that we have. We own the header, but we don't own a combine. So, there's that. I mean, so a direct drill would be great. Although I did see a mod this week on the mod hub that allows any drill or planter to become a direct drill or planter just by activating. Of course, you got to download the mod. Don't ask me if the mod's available for console or not. I have no idea. But it just came out this week. I would say it came out on Tuesday, give or take. It's been a very flustered week for myself, so I don't know. I think it was Tuesday. But any hoozles, that is on the mod hub if you're looking for something like that. I thought about it for a second about using it here, but I'm like, no, that kind of takes away of a little bit of the challenge of only being able to buy used stuff. That way, I mean, if any drill or planter comes up, I can just activate direct drill. I don't really want to do that, so yeah, because direct drill is very important for precision farming. Which, by the way, if you missed the last episode, this field here is 100%. When I mean 100%, that's our environmental score on this field. Actually, I should probably double check that. It's been many days since I've been on this map, so I think this is the field that's 100%. Let me go over here and unload this canola. So I think today, at least in this episode, we'll get the harvesting done. Like I said, now we just got one more field to do. And then once the digestate gets done being spread in the grass field, we can go to September and we can start replanting our crops. Let's go to here. Oh, it went down to 99. Man, it was 100. Wonder what happened there. But either way, we'll go over to here to field number 77. Are the fields? Yeah, I think they're all kind of wacky because those fields were done before precision farming, so next year they should be better. Let me just jump over to this field here. I want to see what this digestate is doing fertilizer wise. Can I visit? Yes, I can. Let's see, it says 50 of 50. If I go over here, it says, well, 0 of 50 because it hasn't got here yet. So it looks like it's going to put the right amount on a grass field. Maybe over in some spots, almost a little bit under, but it's just perfect almost everywhere I go. So, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. Yeah, so as for over here, as I mentioned a couple times about buying these fields, I think once again I'll wait until we get, you know, maybe a little bit after winter, or maybe wait until see what we get when we sell our bread, because we didn't spend a lot of money. We bought the bakery. The reason why I bought the bakery was the grain mill on this map. It's a nice mill, but when you got a lot of pallets of flour to take out, getting something inside that mill where the pallets spawn is kind of a pain. So I was like, well, how can we not have to load up, you know, all those hundreds of pallets of flour? Buy the bakery, distribute the flour to the bakery, and make bread. The bakery is more wide open. Actually, the bakery in this map is right, well, it's on the other side of the farm. You can kind of see over there in the distance. So it's easy to get the pallets out for bread. So that just leaves the canola oil that we'll have to get out of there. So we'll be selling the canola oil and the bread in December/January. Hopefully make a good amount of money from that. Should be a little bit more than what we made last year because now we're making bread instead of just selling the flour. And yes, it's worth making the bread in the long run. Will I get my money back on this series because the amount of money I spent into the bakery? I'm going to have to be here for like another 4 years to probably get my money back on the bakery. But overall, you know what? The whole point of the game is to have fun, and I'm having fun. Although I will say, and I think I may have mentioned last episode, I'm not too sure, but this map, I don't know, the map still has not grown on me. I thought it would. When I first got here, it's like, okay, I think this map will grow on me. And I thought, well, maybe once I got my farmyard going, it would, you know, I would really love being on the map. Don't get me wrong, I do like playing on the map. It's not one of these maps where, honestly, Riverbend, I prefer Riverbend more, which is kind of scary for me to say, that I like one of the Giants maps better, because it's very rare that most people say that, I think. But I did like, you know, Riverbend, I like Riverview. I do like this better than Fresh Stocks. But again, on Fresh Stocks, I didn't play on the updated version of that map. I started playing on that map right away, and that map had a couple of updates that required a new save, so I don't know exactly what that map would look like after the updates. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, this map just hasn't really captured me yet. Not sure why. Maybe because I'm getting frustrated because I can't buy a darn harvester. That's all I want is a harvester. But at least it's given me a chance to try out different harvesters every year. I guess that's the plus side of it. And really at this point, maybe it'd be cheaper if I just lease it for the remainder of our time here and not worry about buying one. As we can see in the upper left-hand corner, this part of the canola field that we're in, the yield is 112-ish%. Wait, how's my score in this field doing? This field should be playing the same time as that, so this field might be a score of 100 as well. 84. Oh, because I haven't harvested the entire field yet, so it doesn't know. I gotta harvest the whole field for that score to go up. But I think that score will go up. Go get close to 100. Don't think it's going to get there. The line is throwing us off a little bit too. So I mean, there's been a few people guessing about the line, what's causing it. Some think it has something to do with the tram lines. Others think it may have something to do with the ground deformation. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. And we'll do what we can with what the game has to offer. I mean, we're still benefiting better with precision farming because the environmental score bonus that we're getting, I think we're up to like 10% bonus on sales, or I'm getting mixed up with maybe my Dark Forest series. Maybe it's only like 7 or 8% here, but it's still pretty good. I only have to go around fertilize once, and that's when we're direct drilling, so it's saving me some time there. But again, we all have the ways we like to farm in Farming Simulator. Precision farming is not for everyone. I've always liked it since I found out about it in FS17. Or was it 19? I think it was 17 when it first came out. Always liked it. Of course, it has changed a little bit through the years, as mods do. I would like to, if we once we do, I say once we do, like it is going to happen. If and when we get ourselves a combine for the farm, I probably will start to plant maybe corn and sunflowers, and we'll start planting different type of crops. I do have a direct drill planter on the farm. The problem with it is it's only a 4-meter wide, and it takes forever just to do a small field like this. A field like this size could take like 40 minutes or so with that planter. So yeah, we definitely need an upgrade for that. I bought that thinking, yeah, we'll get a direct drill planter / seed drill in no time. Not yet. Not yet have we had the opportunity. So one of my workers are done. I think it's my John Deere putting lime down in that field. And yeah, I could probably get it going on some other fields. But I think we'll get this harvest done. And hopefully the AgroStar will be done here very shortly. So we can go on to September. And we can start replanting. Of course, we'll start replanting the fields that have been lime spread first. Before we move on to the others. And the John Deere, actually it'll probably be the AgroStar that'll be busy putting down the lime. Because we'll be in the John Deere AR planting. And I'll probably, of course, lease the Momentum planter. Works very well for us. And it's also a little bit on the cheap side, too. This relies on the hour meter of the harvester. We're at 1.1 hours, which is not bad. I knew it would take over an hour to harvest the fields that we had. I was kind of thinking it would be getting close to 2 hours, but not even close. Just a little over an hour. And I probably could have maybe kept it under an hour, because 1.1, we're talking about like 6 to 10 minutes over. Somewhere in there. And a lot of the times I kept the engine running when I was unloading and moving stuff around, because I figured, yeah, you're going to use it for like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes, so an extra 5 minutes here or there are not going to matter. All right, another harvest done. So did the field get up near to 100? 92. pH value. So yeah, probably maybe the lime spreading was off quite a bit. Or maybe I put lime down that field before precision farm. Yeah, it's all kind of cloudy in my head right now. I don't remember. But at least now at this point when I re-lime the fields, I'll know it'll be done once precision farming has been done. So again, the header is ours. So we're just going to unfold that. And yep, we do have a shed for it, so but we'll bring it down with the tractor. Okay, let's go put this into our trailer with a Volvo truck. I probably should just make sure I did harvest all my fields. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've been on here. This map here. No, this map here. That's the correct one. Soil types, growth. So, yeah, harvested, 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 harvested. Yeah, we are all set. Are you stuck somewhere? I think you're stuck. Every once in a while, you just have to hug a tree over here. It's like 1 out of every 5 times the helper worker gets down here and gets stuck. Boy, so to get to see the nitrogen level in this field, I got to go to this page now and go to here. So yeah, you need to do this bottom half. I think you did the upper half. Well, my worker is still in there though. Well, before we get back to here, let me get back to, because the harvester is running. Let's go ahead and we'll jump out and we'll return the harvester. Oh yeah, by the way, this is currently what's on sale, a Deutz-Fahr 6C, and a lot of other stuff that we don't need. Vehicles. Nope, that's the wrong button. Darn it. Vehicles. Leasing. Yeah, the harvester's the only thing I got on lease right now. Now I got nothing on lease. Yeah, but the only upgrade I would want to make to this truck is making a 6x4. Just to help us get a little bit more traction. But the 200 extra horsepower over the International has made a huge difference. As 200 horsepower would. I mean, went from 400 to 600. I do have the traffic still turned off, and like I said in last episode, I'll probably leave it off. The traffic on this map always seem to be in the way, especially down here at the grain mill. I have heard when I've been streaming Dark Forest a few people talking about the tram lines and precision farming where they can't complete contracts all the way, and I think it has to do something with the tram lines. Then I get another half amount of people saying, no, they got the tram lines and they're finishing contracts. So I'm not too sure if the tram lines cause problems with the contracts or not. I don't do contracts in Dark Forest because there really are none to do. And yeah, I pretty much stopped doing contracts here also. Now let me make sure that canola is turned on. In here, canola, active. All right. So yeah, we should have no flour in here. We got barley and wheat being processed into flour. And yeah, we should have some bread going. But I can't remember when I bought the bakery. Was it in the month of August? I'm not too sure. If it was, that's why we have no bread. I'm going to guess it was this month. All right, let's zip back to the farm. We'll park this up. We'll jump into the AgroStar and try to fertilize where I think I need to fertilize. So we'll try to mix and match what was in the field last year and change up the crop. Kind of pretend that we're doing some crop rotation. And while we're doing that, though, I should also grab the John Deere, and we'll get that into another field. Wonder how the pH value looks like in this field after a worker did it compared to when I did it. Let's see here. Nitrogen. Yeah, you can see we're overdone on nitrogen. Oh, let's not go into the river. Although this river here, not a problem. This river's not deep enough. Actually, the fields are kind of small enough. I think I will probably spread a lime in the rest of the fields. So we own this Burrito spreader, so I can fill it on up. And what I don't use will just stay in here. Okay, just leave you right there. It doesn't require too much lime. Back into the AgroStar. So if I get a bird's eye view, I can kind of see where the worker has been, I hope. Again, there are no sensors on this tanker for precision farming, so it's just going to put down the usual amount that it would. And it's putting us in the ballpark where we should be. I mean, it's better than zero fertilization on the field. Yeah, I can see where the worker was here. And I should have plenty of digestate back at the BGA. But it's a little harder to see when the sun's at certain angles. Should be a little piece in here I need to do. Alright, I am out of fertilizer. But I do need to get that side over by that little part of the river. I'm guessing that's where the worker has not been yet. How much digestate are we left with? Probably a lot. Yeah, a lot. Because now, since I'm only fertilizing when I direct drill, I'm not using digestate for one stage, and then get the second stage when it plants. So we're piling up the digestate, which I don't have anything to use in except for the grass field. I could put that on direct selling once I get too much. But until that time comes, I mean, it's not worth a whole lot, but, you know, maybe if I'm short on buying something in the sales page by a couple grand, that would come in handy just to kind of have it there. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, the worker did get all but this one pass here done. I can just barely see the difference. All right, how does that look on this page here? That's pH value, nitrogen value. Seeing that it's just grass, it might be good. It may look bad. But when you get into the field, it says good or perfect. All right, you can go back to the farm. We'll park you on up. And yet we can say goodbye to August. I'm not even sure. Have I bought a pressure washer for here? Yes, I did. We've got a pressure washer here. Although I would consider my equipment not that dirty yet. I know others like their equipment clean, like it just came out of the shop. I prefer mine to be a little filthy. Yeah, let's just leave everything where it is. And we'll fast forward and maybe something come up for sale. Maybe a direct drill. That'd be nice to see. If I get a direct drill, then I'll change my planting patterns here a little bit. Again, just make sure before I start advancing time. Yeah, that's all that's there. And we'll go to about 6 o'clock. Check the sale page again. A few things have disappeared. Well, one thing has disappeared. And that is it. Well, something new, but that's just a cultivator. We don't need a cultivator. All right, let's go to morning. A little bit of rain. And maybe we'll just spread some lime down one of the fields, unless... Well, a weeder, is that a plow or just a cultivator? So that's a weeder, that's a cultivator, that's a bale shredder. So, yep, nothing in the sale page that we need. Now let's grab the John Deere 8R. I almost said 6R, but it's an 8R. So it's not going to take too much lime because it hasn't been that long ago since I limed this field. Well, that's the good thing about precision farming is, well, if it worked the way it did in FS22, you can lime every season, but it's not going to take a whole lot to lime it every year. It'll keep this, your environmental score way up. It'll keep the yield way up. We can see in the upper left-hand corner, yeah, the pH value is down a little bit. Not by a whole lot, but it is a little bit. So, yeah, we'll release the Momentum Direct Drill, and we'll start drilling these fields. Get them all done in the month of September, so there'll be a lot of drilling next time. Luckily, with that drill, it doesn't take too long. And like I said, hopefully I can get an episode out. If you're watching this when it goes live, if you're watching, recorded weeks after, it doesn't matter. But hopefully I'll have an episode out on Saturday. I can't make no promises currently, so I'll just have to wait and see. Real life has got me really busy this week because of circumstances that came up. So I'm taking care of that kind of stuff. So do be patient, but I'm hoping by next week, I think I will be back on schedule-ish. But stay tuned. Live streams have been able to been going on still. Although Saturday I won't be. Saturday I usually live stream. I know Saturday I cannot live stream. Usually I don't stream on Sunday, but I might stream on Sunday. So my schedule is a little wonky. Let's see, I got, how many more fields I got the lime spread? 2 more? I think only 2 more fields I got a lime spread. The other canola field that'll be harvested, and the one over that's up by the bakery, which is a kind of a small field anyways. Yes, I do want to check on my stock market page. How are we looking for bread and such? Yeah, we got $20,000 worth of bread. Canola oil, I got $10,000 worth. I do love that mod. Tells you, the best time to sell things. But that's not all. At least it lets you help you calculate roughly how much money you got sitting around. So it's like, I got a lot of stuff to sell in the wintertime. I'm hoping to buy, product, whatever. Will I have enough? And you go to the stock market page, and it'll just tell you the best price that it was last year and what you can get for it at that best time. And then you can start calculating like I just did. Like I got $30,000 currently of bread and oil to sell. I mean, we'll have more than that, but it gives me a rough idea of what is to come. Of course, on this series here, it all comes down to what comes up for sale. Yeah, so that field was lime spread. This one they're in was lime spread, as we know. The one across the river was lime spread while we were harvesting. So I just got to spread lime in that field there, and that field up there. And then we will get to replanting our crops. Yeah, the farmers, for some reason this year, did not plant 2 of the fields. This field right here, 103, was not planted, and neither was 34. Have they planted anything in them yet? Ooh, this one was planted. And they planted barley, which is a crop I could use. Did they plant wheat in this one? That says wheat. Is it growing? They did. So they planted two crops that I can use. So no rush in buying the fields this year. We can wait until... Well, I take that back. I probably should buy them soon so I can do soil sampling in the fields, get in the fields while the crop is fresh. Yeah, so soil, no data found. I can't see how well it's fertilized. I can't see the lime until you do soil sampling. So yeah, maybe I will buy these fields. Do you want to buy them now? Do I want to buy them now? I mean, this field's not too expensive, right? This field here is it 584,000? Oh, I bet you I'm buying the whole farm. I don't want to buy the whole farm. This is 133. That would take all my money. But it's got loam. Look at the yield in that field, 121. All right, we'll buy that one. Yeah, I don't want to buy the farm. Sounds weird saying that. Yeah, but I don't want to buy that. So ignore this field here. Field 33 is still got sugar beet into it. So we bought another field. And I think that's what I'm going to buy for now. So now it just should really stockpile up the money and prepare at some point. Watch. Probably within... Do I want to dare check? Did it pop up? No, I was ready to say, watch our harvester be here, even though I just checked it like a few minutes ago. So we'll have to take some soil samples in that field and take care of it as best as we can, but it's already planted. But yeah, I think that'll be good. So next time we'll get to planting more crops in our fields and take care of that new field. And well, maybe I will start merging it. Nah, we'll keep it separate for now. We'll keep it separate. But anyways, like I said, probably a short video, but even my videos, when I say short, looks like we're still about a half an hour, so that's not too bad. Like I said, hopefully I can get a video up for you on Saturday. We'll have to wait and see if I get some time to do so. Hopefully I can, because I know a lot of you like to come on here and see the recorded stuff. But anyways, I need to jump out of here. Appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, congratulations. You know where the thumbs up button is, don't you? Do you? Good, because it helps me out more than you know. Thumbs down button's there as well. You can hit that like to leave me comments to why. But no one ever does that, because why would they? They still wouldn't be here. But if you're new here, that subscribe and notification bell are there as well. And you might want to think about tapping on those if you haven't already, because you don't want to miss out more content like this. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one.